What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Eddy Live Show, episode number 167. Tonight's guest is Annie Chen from Sciencely Handmade, right?
Yes.
How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me today.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys. Tuesday's like my favorite kind of day because it gets a little stressful sometimes organizing everything, but when I get to sit down, I'm like, yes, I like to have a good conversation. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where did you come from? From Taipei or something?
I come from Taipei, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You guys are living in Taipei? You just took it like a bus over or a taxi over? Or?
Yeah, a bus over. It's very convenient.
Yeah, Taiwan is, I've been here for a long time, so it's a good spot. Let me just take my drink here. Hold on. Quick question before we start. How are you with spicy food usually?
So unfortunately, I try to stay away from spicy food.
Okay.
But I know a lot of spicy food is very good, and I would just have a big glass of milk or water with me.
We've got our horchata here just in case.
I saw that.
Yeah, so do you know horchata? Yeah?
Of course.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what? So many people that come on, they'll try the horchata and like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I'm like, it's horchata. And they're like, well, what is that? And I have to kind of explain the whole thing, which is, for me, it's normal, but and usually for people that maybe lived in California or something, it's normal. So you guys spent some time in the States, or how do you guys know about horchata?
I grew up partially in the States.
Okay.
In California, in the SF Bay Area, actually.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
So, of course, Mexican food is big.
It's pretty huge, right?
And I have to know what this is. Otherwise, I'm not a Californian.
Okay. All good. How's the audio outside? Okay.
Thank you.
Check the YouTube. Okay, beautiful. Awesome. So before we really dive in, maybe you can introduce yourself to maybe the audience.
Alrighty.
Please.
Hi, so I'm Annie. I'm the owner of Sciencely Handmade, and we're a sustainable lifestyle brand that promotes nature and native plants.
Awesome. Okay. How long have you guys been in business?
About a year or so.
And how's it going? So kind of like end of COVID or during COVID or when did this kind of start?
It's kind of during COVID,
actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just started to think about what might be best to get the idea of sustainability going without having to preach it to people.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited to hear about it. Before we do that, let's grab the first wing and then we can dive in. So we'll just start here with just like the basic buffalo wing. Yeah, and then we'll just get ready. So you can go drum or wing.
Okay,
yeah, so
I'll go with drum.
Okay, go for it. Yeah. Audio's good. All right, very good. Yeah, we just added this. I've had these at home, and I'm like, no, I don't need them. They're too big. But like I was saying, sometimes guests will be like this. I'm like, no. I'm kind of like chasing them with the microphone. So hopefully the audio is better. You guys let me know. Yeah. All right. Well, take a bite. Let me know, and let's do it. Thank you. So you're saying you grew up partially in the States, right?
I did.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what's partially? What age?
So I kind of move back and forth.
Okay.
Whenever I'm trying to tell people where I grew up, I always say California and Taiwan.
Okay.
And it's a little bit hard to say. Like, I have to go on with a story about when I moved back, when I moved to the States, and things like that. So I just say a mix of California and Taiwan.
Where in California? Like LA or?
So I grew up in the SF Bay area.
Okay. Beautiful. And I don't know California very well. I have a lot of California friends and customers. Obviously, as a Mexican restaurant, we get a lot of Californians here or Taiwanese that maybe have visited California. So we get a lot of that crowd in here, but I've been to LA a couple times. It's pretty nice. I liked it a lot. Yeah, but I've never been to San Francisco. Yeah.
Definitely visit San Francisco.
It's
beautiful. And
good
nature
Mexican?
is, I would say yes,
yeah.
But I also don't want to offend anyone. I like the Mexican food there.
Okay,
But,
yeah.
always down to try out other Mexican food.
Awesome. Okay. Well, when you grow up with something, it's kind of like your favorite thing, I guess, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah. Like everybody's mom is the best, right?
Yeah,
Usually,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
Yeah, awesome. Very cool. Very cool. So, Sciencely Handmade, right? So tell me, maybe let's start with the name. So, what gave you the idea for the name?
So my background is in the environmental sciences.
Okay.
And I always wanted to promote sustainability. And from my journey trying to promote that, I found that people don't like to be preached. They want something interesting. And so that got me thinking, like, okay, what can I incorporate interesting elements and also just like the science part of it.
Okay.
So I came up with Sciencely Handmade because we originally started with handmade native plants accessories, which I'm wearing today, actually.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if you
Oh,
can
okay.
see it.
Look. Oh, very
It's a
cool.
Taiwan
Okay.
U.
Okay. So what's the process for like making something like that? I have no idea. This is really like out of my depth. So maybe a little bit of the process for making something like that, if you don't mind. Yeah.
It's a little bit nerdy in the beginning.
Oh, everything's nerdy. Look at my setup here. Everyone thinks I'm like the biggest podcast nerd. So everybody's got nerdy in them. So go for it. Yeah.
So what I do is I start with the cultural or the scientific research of this specific plant. If I see something that's really interesting.
Beautiful.
And then I do the how the anatomy goes and how the scientific or the medicinal, cultural background of this plant is trying to tell us about.
So cool. Okay.
And I use wire and I use resin and I paint on the resin.
So it's the real plant.
It's not the real
It's
plant.
not the real plant.
Yes.
Okay. So you
I
take
try
the real
to-
plant and okay.
Yeah, I try to like replicate what
Okay.
it looks like and try to emphasize what is special about this plant.
Okay.
For example, like the petals has certain colors, or for this one for the Taiwan U, it has reddish orange fruits.
Okay.
So I try to find some elements that matches the original without having to like look too much like the original, so it has an artistic value.
Okay, that sounds cool. I think that's really cool. And so, like, where do you get the inspiration for? Let's say that what you're wearing at Taiwan U, you said, right?
Right.
So like, you go out and you're just like, oh, that looks cool. I'm gonna try to replicate that. Or what's your sort of thought process on creating?
I think sometimes it's on how people are saying, like, for example, a certain plant means something to them, then I try to pay more attention to that specific plant. Or
Okay.
if I'm going hiking and someone says, oh, my grandma used to cook this for me, and then I like take a photo and ask them more questions, do more research, and try to convey the Taiwanese culture or Californian culture through jewelry.
And the name, Sciencely, is that some kind of a play on words, right? That's my guess.
Right.
So what gave you the idea for the actual name of the brand?
I just want to have something that has actual knowledge with the accessories that they bring with them.
Okay.
So not necessarily just a beautiful story, but also something that has cultural, scientific,
Okay.
spiritual significance that goes with the plant.
Okay.
So Sciencely is kind of like to show people that I incorporate some research in it.
Okay. I thought it was like sincerely, but like
Oh, no.
science and sincere. I don't know. That's what I thought, but I'm wrong apparently.
Yeah, well,
okay, that's pretty cool.
It's
Okay.
Sciencely,
Okay.
and sometimes people do read it as sincerely, but it is Sciencely Handmade.
No, I knew it was that, but I thought it was like
Wordplay.
the plur. The
Yeah,
play,
gotcha,
the play.
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming. Let's have a little chat. Okay, we have horchata. We got margaritas. Whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh, just kidding. It's not a straw.
It's not a straw. You know, it's funny because pretty much every single person, maybe next week she won't, but every single person thinks it's a straw, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah. I was
we-
like, this looks like a straw.
We we try to save the turtles, right? So no, I mean, we try not to use plastic straws. So we're looking at different like paper and metal's a pain because you kind of got to like wash and we go through so many drinks and you got to sit there and like, yeah. So we're looking at paper, but for now we don't really, unless somebody really is like, hey, give me a straw. Then you're like, okay, we have them. But yeah, we try not to give them out.
Sustainability.
So, exactly. Yeah. I'm preaching to the choir here on that one, right? So for you and your business, what's like a typical day for you?
A typical day, I would say for small businesses, it really varies.
Sure, I know.
Sometimes.
Tell me about it. Yeah, keep going, please.
Sometimes it's going hiking and getting some material, getting some inspiration. Sometimes it's a whole day of talking with clients and getting to know like their backgrounds, why they want to order specific plants, or sometimes it's like customizing, so that's a lot of talking too.
Okay.
And research takes a lot of time, trying to like find the right information to convey to people without preaching to them.
Sure.
So that's a lot of like looking through papers and highlighting things that are interesting, essentially.
How do you like find that sweet spot of kind of like teaching but like not preaching? Because people kind of, when they want to learn something, there's like a fine line, right? Becoming like the kind of like giving knowledge and sharing knowledge, and then like becoming like naggy and pushy and stuff. So what, I mean, you're so sweet, so it's probably easy for you, but like where do you, how does that work for you?
I would say I'm still trying to find that balance.
Okay.
Because sometimes I get too nerdy. I'm like, I want you to know about this and this and this. I mean, my background is in the sciences. And scientists like to tell people about the cool things that they're researching on or like the cool things that they like. But I think it's a learning process of just like talking with people and kind of like seeing their reaction and seeing if they space out after a certain point.
Of course.
So it's a constant learning process, and everyone's different. So I just try to highlight things that catches people's attention, and maybe for certain types of people, they want to know more about Taiwanese history.
Sure, yeah.
And some people, they want to know why it is ecologically significant to the Taiwanese or Californian ecosystem. So I just try to talk more about that aspect of the plant. So I have to have like highlight for each part, like for example, like cultural, what is funny, what is fun about this plant, scientifically, what is super special about this plant. I have to have a little bit of a knowledge bank.
So how do you get your knowledge? Like, are you just nerding out on Google, or you're buying books or YouTube videos, or how do you get your knowledge on the plants?
So being in Taiwan actually has an advantage of some people being really knowledgeable with certain plants, and I can directly ask them about it.
Okay.
And being able to touch the plant definitely helps.
Gotcha.
And also consulting professors. Actually, had to consult my professor back in school about certain plants in California.
Okay.
Of course, like a lot of internet research and sometimes books, and it helps that I'm bilingual, so I can read both languages. And
that's super handy. I've been here for a long time, and I do speak pretty well, I think, but reading and writing, it's like you have to like learn. Like if you want to be able to do it, in my opinion, you have to like sit down and you got to write your characters every day, and
like an elementary school
like
student.
A kid. Yeah. So
doing the squares.
So going through all of that, I think it's actually a pretty cool process for people, because I mean, being able to read and write Chinese is pretty awesome, and it looks cool. Everybody loves it. Everybody gets tattoos in Chinese and stuff in the West. It's so funny because I used to think it was so cool, and then when I came here, it's weird, but it's cool still. But it's funny. Yeah. So I'm really curious about your schooling. So you said it's science, environmental science, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what is that about? I don't know much about that, so I'm very curious.
So I used to study environmental science, and the full title of the major is Environmental Science and Management, and that was back at UC Davis.
Okay. Ooh, smart girl. All right, all right.
And it's about conservation, but also how to find that balance between humans and nature.
Okay.
So that's the management part of it.
Okay, okay. And wow, that's pretty cool. And so you've always been interested in like nature and stuff like that?
I would say so. I think partially growing up in Taiwan is that there's a lot of nature available, even though people are not aware of it.
Okay.
For example, Yangmingshan is just right next to
there.
Yeah, right next to here.
We can like go up hiking, and then we can go to like Chenshui-wan, you know, and go to the beach, and then you can go to like Kending all in like a day.
Right.
It's crazy. Taiwan is really, I don't know, it's a hidden gem. I love it. So
Right.
it's a pretty cool spot.
The nature is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's very diverse.
I really agree, and I really think that it's almost like nowhere's perfect, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's small and convenient, and the weather's nice, and the people are nice. The nature's awesome, like the hikes and stuff. It's amazing. I don't know. It's a pretty cool spot. I love it.
I agree.
I love it. Yeah. Do you ever miss California, or do you get back much?
I actually just went back
Okay.
this past October
Okay.
to speak at the 2022 California Native Plant Society Conference.
What? Okay. Well, tell me about that. That's awesome. I
So-
didn't see that. Okay.
I got to share about my culture, being Taiwanese, and also my American culture.
Yeah.
And of course, how I represent the cultures through accessories, native plant accessories. And I got to tell people stories about why I started doing this brand.
Okay.
Also, like interacting with a lot of people who are botanists, who are seasoned professionals, and tribal members about like different ways to get the word out there that native plants are pretty awesome.
Yeah, of course.
And
of
that
course.
was very nice.
Do you get to go and speak a lot, like a lot of speaking engagements?
So for this one, I actually went, and last year I was speaking at the 2021 biannual Bay Delta Science Conference.
Okay.
So both are the biggest conferences in their respective fields. And last year I presented my science art.
Okay.
Because they're really trying to push for science communication, which is getting science out there without having to preach to people.
Okay. Science communication. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I like it. Okay.
And to answer your question, I do miss California. I actually brought back some pumpkin pie spice with me because I would be missing the pumpkin pie spice season for.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's how American I am.
That's so funny. Okay. So what I was going to say, what's the thing you miss the most about California when you're here? It's pumpkin spice, maybe.
Pumpkin pie spice, yes.
Okay.
And also my friends, I think. And also being able to speak English out loud.
Okay.
And sometimes, I don't want to be too out there when I'm speaking English in public.
Okay.
So
I'm curious now. Why not? I mean, there a lot of people speak English here.
I think I don't want to appear too...
You feel douchey if you speak English, or what?
a little bit, even though I'm very comfortable with it. And sometimes when I'm speaking Mandarin, I'm a little like, am I speaking it right?
Mandarin's definitely tougher. A lot tougher
tough.
than English, yeah.
Yeah,
and tougher than Spanish, too.
Really?
Yeah, by far. Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up speaking Spanish, so when I learned Mandarin, when I was coming here, they said, oh, you speak 2 languages, so Mandarin's going to be super easy for you. I'm like, they didn't help at all. English, Spanish, don't help for Mandarin learning at all. It's crazy. I mean, it's good. Like I said, I've been here for a long time. It's a great place. I love it. And I do feel that if you go somewhere and you learn the language, it makes a world of difference. Yeah, because, I have friends. So growing up in Canada, there's a lot of immigrants, right? So, I mean, there's some Latin families like us, but there's also European, like Portuguese and sort of people from all over Europe and stuff like that, Central, South America, different countries all over the world. And many people, they stay there and they live there for like 10, 20, 30, or for their whole life, how many years. And because they kind of stay in their little comfort zone, like I'm not knocking anybody, obviously, but they don't learn English, right? And it's kind of like, it happens with everyone, with Latins, with Asians, with everybody, right? Everybody kind of stays in their little bubble, right? So when I came here for the first year, I was like, okay, I'll learn a little bit. But after a couple of years, and I decided I probably am going to stay. Then I was like, okay, I really need to make sure I learn this because, yeah, definitely. I mean, after you learn something, it makes a big difference. Yeah, like you're able to sort of chat with people. Like I was saying, I was doing like a pop-up, like a German sausage pop-up this past weekend, and I was in the front speaking Chinese, you know, 德国香肠好吃哦, you know, like saying all this stuff, and everyone's just like, what the hell? Like, it was fun, you know, and it was good. And I don't know, it kind of turns heads, and it's fun. It's fun. And then you kind of get into the culture more,
Right.
as opposed to kind of, again, staying in your bubble. Like I have friends here that stay in their bubbles. So I think it's good to learn language.
Right. And it also helps you learn more about the little details of the culture.
For sure. Yeah. Like I said, here, so I was born in Canada, but my parents are Mexican. So at our house, everything was Mexican. Like we eat Mexican food. Everyone spoke Spanish. All of the friends, everybody's like, there was 2 Mexican families. There was us and our cousins. And then there's like Bolivians and Paraguayans and Peruvians and Ecuador. So all these Spanish-speaking countries. And because all of them, there was only like maybe one family. So everybody kind of just was like one big group. So we all spoke Spanish and we all had a similar culture. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to be able to go out and to learn other cultures. So I learned that at a pretty young age. So pretty valuable, I think, anyway.
So Mandarin and maybe German?
German, yeah, my German. It's funny, what I was saying, a lot of people kept practicing their German with me. And I would either grab the German guy who was working there and be like, hey, here you go, here's the German. Or I'd kind of like nod, like, yeah, that's...
Smile awkwardly.
That's perfect, yeah. Like, oh, I've been practicing. I'm like, oh, you... And Lee Heil, good job. You're very good. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's super funny, yeah, because German is like, whoa, I'm no clue.
Yeah, very different from Spanish or English.
Exactly, yeah. And Mandarin.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, promoting sustainability, what's like the best way, or what's a good way that you think for promoting, in your opinion, promoting sustainability? It's a broad question, I know, but go ahead. Yeah.
But I think it's making it fun and making it an immersive experience.
Okay.
So we have, for example, fragrance that are inspired by mountains of Taiwan and all over the world.
Okay.
And we also have events that are basically with sustainability in mind. We try to incorporate elements of nature, knowledge of nature, and sensory experience into the events, so that they can like experience the fun side of it, and they remember the knowledge and remember the appreciation for nature.
That's so cool. I think I have some pictures of the events. Let's grab the second wing, and then I'll bring up some pictures. So that is like a smoky, sort of a sweet chipotle. I don't have to explain chipotle to you, which is good, because people are like, what is that? Like, well, yeah, so you go for it. Same, you can go drum or you can go wing.
Alrighty.
And if they get too spicy, then I don't think these ones are, but yeah, just all good. You said, yeah. So let me find what I think an event picture here. Let's pull it up. Boom. Is that one of the events that we're talking about? So
it's
I'll pull
a
that up.
glamping event.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that. Yeah.
So basically what we do is that we plan events that have elements of nature, and for this one it's glamping, and we have a picnic.
It's
planned
glamping,
out.
Did you say? Sorry.
Glamping.
Okay.
It's a fancy...
I learned that term in Taiwan. People are like, oh, glamping, and I'm like, what?
Basically,
Taiwanese people taught me that.
picnicking and camping.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, so sorry for cutting you off. Keep, glamping, something I learned in Taiwan. Crazy. Yeah, so tell me about it, please.
So we had food, we have scented candles making that are blended specifically for that event, so that people can bring a piece of their of the local nature with them, basically, as something tangible for them to bring with.
Okay, okay. So how do you plan something like that? Like, do you go and scout a location, or I'm curious about, because you have to have some kind of event planning skills to do this, right? So tell me a little bit about the process for creating an event like that.
So I would say for this event specifically, this one is for the AWE, which is the U.S.-backed, U.S. Congress-backed entrepreneurship program in Taiwan.
Okay.
And we're all female, the group is all female entrepreneurs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a private event, and we kind of get to know what they might like.
Okay.
And there's a location in Taichung.
Okay. Is that where that is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Taichung glamping. All right.
So we do some like research on the clients and also about the local nature to make the specific blends, the essential oil blends for them to make candles.
So when you say research, do you mean like plants that are maybe growing in that area in Taichung, or do you say, or how do you mean about like that?
So with our fragrances, it's more so inspired by the local nature and like the local environment. For example, if Yangmingshan has a lot of moisture and fog, then I try to incorporate that into the candles themselves.
So I'm so curious how you would take like moisture and fog and then like bottle that into a fragrance. Like so what, I'm curious about that process, if you don't mind sharing that a little bit.
So with the fog, with the Yangmingshan, for example, is very vibrant. Like give out like a very vibrant and young atmosphere. So I try to find a scent that makes people also feel like this is a youthful, vibrant, and spiritual mountain.
Okay.
So something that is cooling and something that is fresh.
Okay.
That's something that I blend into the candles with essential oils.
Okay. That's so cool. And then, so you create that, and then what's the process from like your idea to like final product? Like, okay, go ahead. I don't want to I'm trying not to cut you off. Go ahead.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of
I'm curious because I don't know much about it, but go ahead. Yeah.
It's a lot of testing.
Okay.
And sometimes different essential oils, when they combine together, they have like a different chemistry going on. It's kind of like two people talking and they have like a different chemistry. So I have to like do a lot of combinations and a lot of testing and be like, okay, this smells young. This smells a little bit more subtle. This smells a little bit more mysterious. So I have to like,
so cool. I love that. Okay.
I kind of have to like label that based on my experience and also like incorporate the knowledge of local nature. So
what smells young? What's the smell of young? I'm so curious.
What's the smell of young?
Yeah. Like for you, like that's so awesome.
Actually, do you like candles?
I do like candles. Sure.
I have
and I'm married, so my wife likes candles. Okay.
If you would like to smell it yourself.
This is young one. This is what? Okay.
This is Yangmingshan.
Ooh, I got a gift here. Yeah. All right. Cool. Can I open it?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yeah. I get hot sauce all over it. Sorry. So I love the logo. Very cool. Very cool. Nice packaging.
Thank you.
The brand looks very cool. I like that. I'm really sloppy at opening stuff, so just
don't worry.
If I break
it's
it,
yours.
sorry. Yeah, okay, because I'm just like usually break stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. Ooh, maybe the next time they come by, I'll ask them to come and light it up, then we can smell it. Yeah.
But you can smell it right now.
Oh, it smells really nice. It smells like like citrusy. I don't know.
I added some citrusy scents in there too.
Very cool. Oh, we're gonna when they come by to fill up the drinks, I'm gonna get them to light it up. It's really cool. Very awesome. Yeah. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I do love like nice smelling things. So yeah, that's very cool. So you were doing candles, and what kind of other products you're doing? Like, what's that? Oils, right?
Essential oil candles. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's like the oil drip thing. That's something else, right?
That's something else.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't know. I have no. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, very cool. I love that. Smells great. When someone looks over, I'll be like, oh, let's light this up. Very cool. Cheers again. So thanks for coming. Get rid of that. Boom.
Alrighty.
Margarita. Okay, so you know what a margarita is, right?
Of course.
So when I was reading through a lot of your stuff, the term ESG popped up a lot, and I Googled it because I've never heard the term before, and I still don't know what it means, really. So maybe you could kind of explain a little bit about that. Yeah, we got
So essentially, it's just it's a term for sustainability.
Okay.
And it's the sustainability goals from the UN and the United Nations.
Okay.
And ESG has, I think, 12 goals.
Okay.
So essentially, it's sustainable development for the humankind.
Okay.
And for example, delivering knowledge about native plants could be part of ESG because it's continuation of history and also like making knowledge sustainable and making knowledge accessible to people instead of just being just like kept in an academic circle.
Okay. That's yeah. The academic circle thing is tough because
it's a bubble. It's a bubble.
It's that comfort zone bubble, right?
Right.
Like that I was talking about earlier. People they don't want to go out and learn the language, or they don't want to like, for example, I lived in Tuchen and Banqiao and Danshui and lots of different areas where nobody spoke English. I mean, this was a while ago, but not much English, and that helped me so much with my Chinese, right? With my say Chinese or Mandarin, whatever. And then coming here with the restaurant in Tianmu, I don't have to use it as much. I still use it, and people are still, they kind of are like, we speak English, so it's also like a little bubble. It's a great area. It's actually now that I've lived here, I love it. For me, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I mean, you're not like, oh, Waigorn. You are like just a normal guy here, and we have Mexican food, obviously. We got great Indian food. We got great burgers. We got a movie theater. We got great big parks, and we got the baseball stadium. And my daughter goes to school here, so it's pretty awesome. I was saying that I went to Xinyi for that German market a few days ago, and it's the first time I've been in Xinyi in a really long time. I would say 5, maybe 8 years.
Oh,
It's been so long
right.
because I have my little bubble here. Sometimes we go to Danshui to the beach, and I don't know. It's weird. I work a lot, and my free time I just kind of hang out with my wife and my daughter. I do have lots of I have friends, obviously, but sometimes with this business, it's a service business, right? So you're always on, and you're always like serving beers and chatting and stuff, which I love. That's why I do it, and I really enjoy it. I love it. But yeah, it's sometimes it's like at the end of the day, just want to go watch a movie. Like I said, there's a movie theater here, and in the first movie theater, they renovated it, and it's all like massage chairs. So once in a while, I'll be like, I'll go by myself. It's like $900, but you get a massage chair, and like all you can eat and all you can whatever you want,
Nice.
and there's all you can drink too. But I just want to go and just sit there and like watch a movie and be like veg out and not talk. So service business is crazy. Yeah.
So you like this area? This
I love
is
it.
like your area.
I love it. This is my spot here, and I know a lot of like I said, I do want to expand outside of this area, and I do love other areas. But sometimes even when I travel, and Taiwan's great everywhere, when I come back to like this little bubble, I'm like, oh, this is like home for me. And like I said, it's kind of the best of both worlds for me. I love it. Yeah.
Definitely go hiking.
The hiking's amazing. There's if you just go up Section 7 here, there is those stairs kind of that go up the mountain.
Right.
It's great. I love doing that. Yeah. Do that a lot. It's
And
really
you can
cool.
see Taipei 101 from
You
there.
can see 101. You can see, I don't know. It's just a good spot for me, and I think I actually enjoy it here more than even Mexico or Canada. I don't know what it is, but it's a good spot. So
But also friends and family.
Friends and family.
Really make the difference.
For sure. One of the things I miss is my family, for sure. Yeah. It's been a few years since I've been back, but the plan is next summer. So, yeah. Do you get to go back much?
Not as often as I liked.
Okay.
But we'll see. I never know what the future holds for me.
Okay.
Because for this time, for the conference, I actually wasn't expecting to go back so soon.
Okay.
And then they're like, hey, do you want to
just
speak
said,
there?
hey.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, thank you.
yeah.
I'll go.
Hell yeah. Get some Mexican, some barbecue. What's the first meal you get when you go to San Francisco?
Like going back from Taiwan or...
Yeah, from Taiwan back.
The first thing I got was...
In-N-Out Burger.
I actually got avocados.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
You don't like the local ones? Here? I mean, they're good. They're okay, but they're not as
They're
good, right?
not
They're less
as
creamy.
familiar.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I like my avocado toast, typical
Really?
Californian.
Oh my gosh, that's so Californian. I love it.
It's like it's so cliche. It's like, oh, I love avocado toast, and people are like looking at me with their eyes rolled, and
That's all right, because I love avocado. I mean, I grew up eating avocado, so I had one uncle who passed away, rest in peace, but he was always like, now everybody wants avocado. Now everybody wishes they were Mexican because they want to be like us and eat avocados. And I was like, what? It's so funny because avocado is so popular now, right? But when we grew up, no one knew what avocado was, right? But now, maybe in California they probably did. But in Canada, they didn't. And now it was like in the exotic area and with like all the weird plants and stuff. And we would get, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool upbringing that I had. Like a buffet of Canadian and Mexican culture where you kind of just pick and similar to yours, I think. You kind of pick and choose. Like some things about Canadian culture is amazing. Some things about Mexican culture are amazing. And then some of both is not good. So it's like, I'm not going to do that. I don't like that. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're of both
that.
cultures or multiple cultures, you kind of gotta love the good and bad of each of them.
For sure. I love it. I mean, talk about that all day, but yeah, for sure. I want to talk a little bit more about Sciencely Handmade. So 1 year in business, right? And how do you feel? So is it the first time being an entrepreneur for you?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
Because I actually just got out of college when
Oh my
when
gosh,
I
how
started
old are you?
thinking
I don't
about
even know how old you guys are. I don't ask stuff like that, but okay, keep going. Yeah.
But it was right after college, and I came back to Taiwan for a visit.
Okay.
But then COVID hit.
Ooh, yeah.
So I started thinking, okay, what are some ways I can still do sustainability?
Okay.
What can I do with ESG? And eventually this brand kind of got going. That was during the pandemic.
And that was you yourself, or were you thinking about it with somebody else, or?
I'm with my sister, so
Okay.
she will be
You're
on
both-
next week.
That's right. We're gonna have the Chen sisters back to back, right? So that'll be cool. Yeah, we were gonna have both of you guys, but we do sometimes do like the 3 thing, but I always feel like one person gets left out, and it's kind of like, it works, but it's not as good. Yeah, and then people start talking like that. And then it's
and
like,
then the
"Whoa,"
microphone.
and then everybody's like, whoa, yeah. So yeah, no, I love the one-on-one. It's good. Awesome. How was that? Too spicy? Spicy?
No, not spicy at all.
Okay, cool.
Chipotle is like,
Chipotle.
wow, I missed this.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. Let's grab you can take your time. Let me grab the third one. So the third one is like our only like fusion-y sort of wing. It's Korean.
Okay.
And the reason we have it is because I like Korean. One of my ex-staff their family used to own a Korean place. And when he was working with us, he told me that, and I said, you have to teach me the sauce. And he taught me a sauce, and it was pretty good, and I kind of tweaked it until it became this. And then I put it on the menu. And the first day we put it on the menu, we had Koreans show up, and they're like, oh, Korean. I'm like, oh, no. But they liked it. So, yeah, I was so nervous. Yeah.
So
Pretty
Korean,
funny.
Mexican fusion?
It's actually that's just like the straight up Korean, but I like going out for wings. And this restaurant originally started just like as a Mexican restaurant, but eventually became just the stuff that I miss and the stuff that I think people miss at home. And like we've got really great beers on tap, and the margaritas are, we use fresh lime juice here, and I miss wings. Like we do half price wings on Wednesday, and I don't know, stuff that I miss. So yeah, it's working pretty good so far. So let's grab it. Take a bite, and you let me know what you think.
I will grab this
You want to
one.
go wing? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Let you take a bite of that. Hey, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for the comments. Appreciate it. Nice shows. Enjoy. How you doing, Randy? Miss you in Tianmu, brother. Mama Lucy, how you doing? Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Audio is good. Awesome. Thank you. So spicy?
A little bit.
A little bit, right? Yeah, I like my Korean stuff a little spicy.
Someone corrected me on the ESG goals. It's 17 goals. Thank you.
Is it 17? I was wondering. I was like, what? Okay. Oh, cool. 17 goals. Okay.
Yeah. Like sometimes when I'm being asked questions, I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, man. I don't even know what day of the week it is half the time, so don't worry about it. Yeah. So 1 year of business, right? It's been a year, around 1 year. So how are you feeling about your decision to start this business?
It's a steep learning curve.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's very different from what I'm used to because I'm more used to working in an office or collecting samples in field.
It's like this chef that opens a restaurant, right? It's yeah, I know what you mean for sure. Are there any entrepreneurs in your family? Or you guys are the first?
We are the first.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So everything's pretty new.
Awesome.
Lots to learn.
For sure.
And getting lots of support.
Okay.
So I'm very thankful for that.
Okay. Very
But
cool.
it's very, very different. Just gotta find ways to incorporate what I already know and try to, collaborate with other people and keep on learning.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a never-ending learning curve. Do you have let's try your favorite part of it and maybe your least favorite part. Let's try one or the other or both.
You're really picking my brain here.
Yeah, no,
Favorite
sorry.
part. I think the favorite part is speaking in conferences.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Because you get to speak with so many interesting
Feel so
people.
important, and you're on stage, right?
A little bit of that too.
That's cool. Yeah, of course. Okay.
But I really like speaking with other professionals.
Okay.
Usually people who go to those conferences, they're either being forced or they're really interested in the subject matter.
Like yourself, you're like, I don't want to say nerdy, but they're geeking out on this stuff, right?
You can say nerdy.
No. I mean, I geek out on stuff too. Yeah. I think everybody geeks out on something. But yeah, go ahead. So that's probably one of the big things, right? Okay.
Right.
Do you have go ahead. Sorry.
And the least favorite, I think, is just the steep learning curve.
Okay.
Because you don't know how steep it is. You just gotta keep going until you kind of find a spot where you're like, oh, I think I'm kind of getting this.
Okay.
But before that is just endless hiking uphill.
Is there? I mean, I looked at your Instagram. Looks great. It's super well done.
Thank you.
So how? I know you're younger, so that social media stuff comes really natural probably to you. So how did you kind of apply? How did you get your page to look so cool and so quick? I know a lot of people where they know they need it. It's like a TikTok. You should probably, if you're doing videos, you should probably have clips on TikTok. But it's super cringy when you do. If an adult does, if a guy like me puts some TikTok on, it's pretty bad. But I do see people my age doing it and then doing the TikTok dances, it's pretty crazy for me. Yeah. But I mean, social media, you grew up with it. Kind of, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about how you applied that to your business.
I would say it's still a learning curve.
Okay.
Because for my personal social media, I don't do much. But with the Sciencely Handmade Instagram, go follow, guys.
The link is in the description. Check it out, please. Yeah.
I would say it's a lot of like looking at what other people are doing, like, oh, this setup looks cool,
Okay.
and then I'll like try it out for my next one.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think it's just like constantly learning from other people and seeing like, oh, they're doing something really cool. I should do as well.
Do you have like a page or something that you follow that's your go-to thing?
Oh, let's see. I think I kind of look into a lot of different ones.
Okay.
Because my Sciencely Handmade is a mix of accessories, a mix of like events, scenery sort of, and also like fragrances and I already say accessories. So
your accessories, fragrances, events, right? That's the
right,
three?
the three
Okay.
product lines.
So if somebody wants to do a Sciencely Handmade event, how do they do that?
They can contact me directly through Instagram.
I have your Linktree and your Instagram
Thank
in the description
you.
below. So if anybody wants to contact you, but I mean, you keep going.
And we also have a website that people can find us from.
Okay.
And they can see some nice event photos
Yeah,
from the
they're very
website.
nice. Yeah.
And socials, just like contact us anywhere that we have on Linktree. And yeah, just like talk to us or like message us, leave a message or comment, whatever you want.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for the comments, guys. Definitely Randy. I'm watching Lars as well. I've been watching him since he was a kid. He's a fantastic player. Super happy to see him playing on the national team. Beautiful. Let me pull up some more pictures, yeah?
Good.
I have some more event pictures. Let me pull up another event picture. Boom. That was the picture that your sister gave me when I asked for a picture of you. She didn't have one. So so you guys are that close that you see each other all day, right? That's why.
Right.
Yeah. So what's happening in this picture? It's a good one.
So this one is actually from another picture from glamping.
Okay.
And we are I'm helping my student / client / friend make a fragrance candle that is that she picked, that she blended herself to bring with her, so she has something tangible from the event to bring back with her to.
That's cool.
To the back to her urban life.
Yeah, that's cool. It's nice to be able to have something physical to take back, right? Like
Right.
as opposed to an ebook or something, right? Like something physical is always good. Beautiful. Let me go through some more pictures here.
Sounds good.
Boom. What's going on here? These are the ones I got from you guys. I can't read, so
So it's an event with the Forest Borough of Taiwan.
okay.
And it's like a collaboration for events that incorporates different handmade experience.
Okay.
And also nature tours, and also kind of like secret hiking spots that people
Okay.
can go to.
Okay.
So they can go
You have a
immerse
list?
themselves
Okay.
with the with the local nature.
Okay.
And then they can kind of like ruminate on the experience a little bit, and then translate that into the handmade experience and bring something tangible with them back home.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. And this was 2020 this year. I'm
Right.
so bad with the numbers. January, February,
worries.
March, April.
Yeah,
March,
April.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm so bad at that. My daughter's always like, "What's Chi?" I'm like, I don't know. So bad. Cool. Let's do a couple more and then we'll keep going. Yeah. Ta-da-ta-da.
This is back in February when we had the press conference.
Okay.
We were selected by the Taipei City as one of the small businesses to highlight, like a digitalization progress. We were chosen based on our
That's okay.
digitalization progress for small businesses, and then we were selected as a highlight. That was back in February.
That's so. It seems like in a year, you've been able to reach a lot of people,
Right.
and you've been able to do like these events and collaborate with like government agencies and stuff
Right.
like that. So how did that? I'm so curious about how that happened. Like, how did that? Was that luck or was that like? I don't know. Tell me. Like, were you specifically searching for this kind of thing, or tell me about that.
I would say sometimes like word of mouth.
Okay.
And
okay.
also just kind of, I feel like something about Taiwan is that a lot of people just know each other. So it's word of mouth, friend of a friend, they know about us, and they think our stuff is really cool. So eventually I got to different places.
So you must have a lot of friends then, right? You're very popular.
I wouldn't say I have a lot of friends.
Okay.
But my business partner does.
Okay,
So she will be talking next week.
That's
Stay
funny.
tuned.
That's funny. No, it's funny because usually you don't get to a level like that so quickly. Like to be able to do all these collaborations and stuff within like you're just under a year, like around a year, right? So
right around a year.
You've done it in less than a year. You've been able to do all this stuff, which is pretty awesome. So kudos to you, Jayo.
Thank
very
you.
Cool, very cool. I love that. That's really cool. Well, a lot of the people that watch are like entrepreneurs and stuff as well. So they're kind of like, ooh, they love to see that and love to see tips and stuff like that. So it's cool.
Right.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Grab a couple more here. Boom.
That is also one of the highlight videos. We got featured, and we have to talk about our brand through a video, which was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Okay.
But that was one of, I think that was the first interview that we had, and that was with the Taipei city government as well.
Okay. So your first interviews with the government.
Essentially,
kind
yes.
of, yeah. Like that's.
It's funded by the government. It's for entrepreneurs. So check it out if you're in need of
I didn't know about that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've been an entrepreneur 15 years. I didn't know about that. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I love seeing that stuff. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And it looks like some kind of documentary, right?
Yes.
Yes. So tell me about that.
We had a little documentary on why we decided to do Sciencely Handmade. And this one, I'm basically talking about why, like the passing of knowledge and also translating the knowledge into something tangible and fun without preaching science to the audience. Okay. And this is a short documentary that you can find online on YouTube if you want to look at it.
If you send me the link, I will put that in the description. I don't have the link for this, but give it to me and I'll add it. I'll put it in the comments so people can check that out. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Definitely love to check that out. Randy. All right. Yeah, for sure, Randy. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments here. Very cool. Yeah, definitely. Let's do one, Randy. Couple more.
This one is a magazine feature from ADM.
Okay.
And it's basically we had an 8-page feature, which I feel very fortunate and humbled by it. It's basically talking about our story, how Sciencely Handmade started, and we actually had a pop-up event, which is in the left of the photo there.
Okay. And where was that? In Taipei?
That was in Taipei. That was with the Chengping.
Okay.
Chengping is Li Taipei.
Okay.
That was in Xinyi.
Oh, nice.
And, we got to have a pop-up there, and that was so fun because I got to meet people who are interested in native plants or just like jewelry, accessories, and that was really nice. And I think it's still available online actually.
Oh, really?
To read.
Okay, that's very cool. Very cool. Hello. Yes. All right. Couple more. I've got 2 more. All right. Cool. Yes. Couple display ones for you. Tell me about those.
And this one is also part of the event, one of the events, event preparation. And this one is on blending nature-inspired essential oil scents into candles. And as you can see on the left of the photo, it has Yangmingshan and Baxianshan, and the Yangmingshan scent is right here.
Okay.
And I also have like Baxianshan.
Can we light this candle? I want to smell it. Yeah? Let's light it. Yeah? Sorry, I'm listening, but I want I want to smell that. Yeah. Yes, very cool. She'll go grab a lighter and then come back. Yeah. Okay, so Yangmingshan and I missed that.
Baxianshan, that's in Taichung.
Okay, okay.
So what we're trying to do here is to let the audience like blend their own mountain-inspired candles so that they can bring something tangible with them from the event.
That's cool. Like we were saying, it's always nice to have a physical product to take home with you, right?
Right.
I remember my daughter going to a few different summer camps and stuff like that, and let's say, for example, they were building like robots or something. I want to smell that. Let's say, for example, they were building like robots or something like that, and she spent all week building this robot, and when they came back, she wasn't allowed to bring it. So I was like, oh, I'm like, where's the robot? She's like, oh, it's so awesome. I'm like, well, where is it? I want to see it. And she's like, oh, I can't take it home. So, yeah, nothing on them, but it was like, well, it smells great. Oh, I love it. It's great. Thanks so much. So, how did you learn a skill? Like, you don't just learn how to make a candle. Like, what's the skill? Like, where did you get that from?
Like the blending.
Yeah, like the blending, like the ability to create a candle. Like, there's a technique, right? So where did you get that? Well, I mean, how did you learn that?
It's a lot of YouTube videos.
Okay.
And and also books.
Okay.
And just like, I think like online resources, a lot of like YouTube videos and like trying out things. And this one is a product of a lot of trial and error.
Okay.
As
Everything
for
is.
all small businesses,
Tell me about it.
A lot of like trial and error, and then like, okay, this doesn't work, or telling and talking to people like if they like it or not, and tweaking it based on their feedback.
Okay. How do you feel when someone doesn't like it? Like, is it like, or how are you?
Upon first impact, of course, it's a little bit like,
It's
soul
really crushing
hard,
a little bit, yeah.
But afterwards, it's like, oh, it's a valuable feedback, because otherwise I'll have to go through more trial and error to get the right thing.
Sure.
So I'm always very thankful of negative feedback and ideally constructive feedback.
Okay. I mean, for any business at like any level, there's always going to be that, right? Like, for us, I found that at the beginning, we try to please every single person, which is impossible, right? So, but I mean, definitely to this day, there's still some valuable feedback, and then some that's just like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of, just that advice is you kind of pick your battles, I guess. Yeah. Because sometimes people will say like, oh, you need to do this. I remember back in the day when I was in Danshui, we were talking about that earlier. I had this ABC kid. He came by, and not a kid. He was in his 20s. He came by, and he loved the food, and he's just like, "Oh, this is amazing! It's amazing! Love it!" And I'm like, "Oh, cool." And he said, "You're only missing one item," and I'm thinking, "Oh, I wonder what it is." And then he says, "Carne asada French fries." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No, it's a Mexican restaurant." He's like, "Oh, I know, carne asada French fries." And I was like, "What?" I never even heard of that before. But it's funny because, I mean, every different area has their own little. That's for sure California somewhere, right? But it was super funny. Yeah, very cool. Oh, I still have one more picture here.
Alrighty.
One more. Here we go.
This one is also from an event.
Okay.
And I'm trying to showcase that I use different blends, and also just like different blends, and also there's like a picnic plate at the corner there. So it's like a sensory experience of local food, local nature tour, and also blended fragrance that they can bring back with them. Okay.
Right. And those are candles, right? The things there?
The one in the corner, yes, that's a candle, and the essential oils are in the front. The three bottles in the front. Okay. Very cool. Awesome. So keep going. Should we try the next one? Take Sounds
a little nibble of that. All right, go for it. So that one, their next one is the jalapeno. It's jalapeno hot sauce. So jalapeno is usually very not spicy, but we use a lot of it here, so it's a little bit spicy. I mean, you got to let me know what you think. Yeah.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah. So you go.
The top one then.
There you go. All right. Well, that's okay. I got long arms. Got to use them for something, right? Boom. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah. So. Huh? That's fine. I love that smell. I like this. I don't want to touch it with my greasy hand. Hold on. I love that. Good. I like it. I'm taking that home.
I miss jalapeno.
You know, it's funny because there's a couple farms that grow it here, but a couple times a year you can get some. And then so we have like these massive freezers, and we just like buy them all and freeze them. It's totally like immigrant style, like back home. But that's all we can do, right? Because if we don't do that, then you don't have them. Because you can't keep the fresh one outside all day, right? So it's crazy the stuff we need to do here. Yeah.
It's the same with like Taiwanese snacks.
Yeah.
When I go back to the States, I pack it all up and like
Yeah.
I like store everything in the cupboard. And when
It's
I'm
like gold.
Yeah.
When I go
Not
ba-
allowed to touch it unless if necessary.
Exactly. It's like gold. You know, when I would go back, I would bring back, like there's getting more and more stuff here, but I would bring back like Cadbury cream eggs and like random stuff that I never see here, or Pop-Tarts, or like Reese peanut butter cups or something like that. I think slowly the stuff is
there's
coming.
more, yeah.
When I came here at the very beginning, I remember going into like the ethnic food aisle, and it's like it's Kraft macaroni and cheese and all that stuff, and I was like, ooh, and it was so expensive, but I would just still grab it and be like, ooh. Yeah, and it's like,
Pieces of home.
yeah, it's just like, Chef Boyardee and stuff like that. Just like the junk food that you would get at home. It's funny, but it's the weird stuff that you miss sometimes. Yeah,
Right.
very cool. How is it? Is it okay? Spicy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spicy
a little bit.
But very good.
Okay,
I like
cool.
the sweet, a little bit of sweetness with it.
Okay.
And there's like
That actually is like a natural. We don't put anything sweet in there. It's like from the natural, from the garlic. Yeah, and the jalapeno. Yeah. So it's pretty like all natural, the sauces. But I want to ask you, what is your ultimate sort of goal, your end game goal for Sciencely Handmade?
so
Best case scenario.
Best case scenario.
Yeah.
I think for everyone, okay, best case scenario, best case scenario is for everyone to enjoy and appreciate nature and native plants.
Okay.
And because they just hold so much knowledge, they hold so much like scientific, cultural, historical significance. Like
Okay.
if you lose it forever.
True.
So
True.
definitely, hopefully, best case scenario, everyone, even in the urban environment,
Okay.
they like
Yeah.
appreciate nature and native plants.
Yeah, that's true. We have to, right? Because, like you said, once it's gone, and
Right.
it's sad, actually. Yeah.
But we
So-
still have hope.
Well, of course, yeah. There's still
Yeah.
time. There's still time, right? It's funny because when I ask that question to people, usually it's like, I want to have a franchise, or I want to have it's something financial, right? But that's pretty cool, pretty unique of you to be like, it's not financial. We just want to kind of save the planet type thing, right? It's very cool.
Sort of, yeah. Like, I mean, it's for the people too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have to take care of it, right? Or else
Right.
it's not good. Like I have a little girl, and we try to do what we can do, right? Like she's really good, and little things like no straws, and we try. I mean, everybody could always do better, but we try to. I don't know. We try to do our part. Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of something is better than nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Went down the wrong side there. So do you have in this year, kind of like let's say it's 1 year, but it's kind of the career. Do you
Right.
have a memorable moment that you can think of, like, oh man, I got this, or something where you're like, yes, got it?
I think there are many like little moments.
Sure. Let me know a few of them. Yeah.
I think one moment that is a few moments are specifically standing out are that a Taiwanese American told me that she learned something about Taiwanese culture. She actually bought one of these
Okay.
with her back to the States.
Okay. Wow.
And
That's
she
cool.
said that she felt more connected to the Taiwanese culture
Taiwan.
because of this native plant accessory that I made.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, it has like a cultural significance. It has of course, like she likes plants.
Yeah.
So it's a little piece of nature to bring with her. And another British client that we had actually inspired the Sense of Mountains collection.
Okay, nice.
She said that she ordered from me because she wanted to have something to remember Taiwan for, something tangible. And I thought...
From the UK ordered?
Yes.
Or really?
Well, she brought back with her.
She was
to
here
the UK.
and she
yeah,
brought
she
it back.
was,
Okay.
Yeah, she was here.
Very cool.
Because she loved Taiwan so much, but memories aren't necessarily something that you have. You don't necessarily have something tangible to.
I understand. Yeah.
With.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
So scented candles was inspired by her
That's
love
pretty
for
cool.
Taiwan.
Okay. I think a lot of people when they come here, Taiwan is like a hidden gem, right? And for some reason, people think of like Asia or maybe Southeast Asia or something. They don't think of Taiwan. Like they think of like maybe Tokyo, or they think of Hong Kong or Bangkok or something like this, Singapore. But Taiwan seems to be like a hidden gem. And then when people come here, they're like, wow, the people are nice and the weather's nice and it's so convenient and it's a really great place. So yeah, part of the point of this podcast is to share a little bit of that, because it's a pretty cool place. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
it's safe.
It's so safe. Like, for example, again, that German Christmas market, everybody left like all their equipment and, in these tents, and all the tents were just zip tied closed. Like, and people left all their fridges and all their super expensive equipment, their big, 100, 200,000 draft beer machines were they just left them there and just kind of zip tied the door closed and no problem. It's crazy. You go to a Starbucks or something and you got to go to the bathroom, or you got to go get something from the scooter or whatever. You just leave your wallet and your keys and your laptop and everything there. You can leave it for a half an hour or whatever, and it's still there.
Right.
It's crazy. Taiwan's amazing, man. I don't know what it is. It's a weird thing it's hard to explain, but it's a good one. It's a good place. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So before we try that last one, I'll do a little quick rapid fire for fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Just a fun thing. Yeah.
All right.
So what's a typical breakfast for you?
Taiwanese porridge.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So summer or winter?
Winter.
Winter, really interesting. Okay. What's kind of your favorite product, your favorite style of product to create?
I would say scented candles.
Scented candles. Okay. Your go-to food in a Taiwan market? Night market. Ooh. You go into a market and you're like, I got to get it.
Pepper buns.
Okay. Ooh, those are good. I like those. Yeah, especially in the Rauha market. So good. So good. Android or Apple?
Both.
Both. Okay, cool. You know what? Every single person says Apple. That's crazy. It's the first time someone didn't say Apple. Okay. Do you have like a favorite, maybe this doesn't apply, but like a favorite YouTuber or something in Taiwan that's kind of like shares Taiwanese culture or anything like that? Or anywhere?
Well, I used to watch Janet's show.
Okay, Janet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun Taiwan.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
When I was little.
When you were little. Okay, that's a good one. Okay. Favorite city in Taiwan?
Difficult.
Of course.
Taipei,
of course. I love Taipei, yeah. Like, I visit a lot of places, but yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's my favorite. Do you have a favorite movie? When you think what pops into your head, favorite movie?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Oh, with Gal Gadot, or one of the old
Yes.
ones? Gal Gadot. That's a good one for sure. Okay. Do you have a dream job, or are you living it?
Wow, this is a hard one.
I know for
This is
sure.
like-
Sometimes they'll be like, no, I'm living it. Sometimes people will pull out something super random. Like, I would love to be a UFC fight announcer. Like, it's so random. But I would love to do that, yeah.
So I would say this, but also I need to get the hang of this first.
Okay.
And also just something that goes along with the promoting sustainability.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful. Last one, it's a tough one.
Okay.
One of, or let's say the most inspirational person in your life.
I would say my mom is definitely most inspirational. She's very supportive of this.
Is there a reason? Support. Okay.
I think it also helps that she understands what it's like to be a scientist. And also just like being a woman and just very understanding of different difficulties and being very flexible with accepting new ideas.
Okay, so you guys have like scientist parents and like it's like this whole science family, or
not the entire family.
Just
no.
mom, or okay,
just us. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Very cool. That's it. Yeah. I don't know. We're pretty much through. We can try that one in a sec.
All right.
But I'm super curious about one thing that I skipped.
Okay.
The U.S. Congress-backed female entrepreneurship program, because we get lots of entrepreneurs watching, and we get lots of females watching and female entrepreneurs, and they're thinking about maybe doing something. So maybe you could tell me a little bit more about that.
We actually planned an event with them.
Okay.
So that's with the glamping event.
Okay.
And I think Betty can tell more about that.
Okay, I'll ask again next week. Yeah. Okay. And
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so definitely next week we will be here again with your sister, and then you will be off camera and she'll be on. Yeah. Very cool. Appreciate that. Do you want to try the last one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Let's take a little nibble of that. Go for it. You can take whatever you want.
Do the wings this time.
Okay. So this one is a pretty big step up. This is the last one. Yeah, I don't want to tell you what's in it until you try it.
Big step up in terms of spiciness.
Spiciness, like big step.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the last one. We had to make this one. Wow, I'll let you. I'm not going to say anything. So go ahead and take a bite.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Need a little bit of this.
That's what it's for. Yeah. So that's made with Carolina Reaper, which is spiciest chili in the world, right?
I am experiencing that right now.
Spicy, right? Yeah. Actually, it's mellowed out, I think, which is lucky for us. So
I get called by my friends as a weak spice because I can't have anything so spicy.
Okay.
And as one of the Californians, one of the things that you have to get used to is the spiciness, because a lot of different diverse foods have high levels of spiciness.
For sure.
And they would just laugh at me while like seeing me experiencing their food.
I think just off camera, your sister slipped some earrings. I don't know.
Yes.
Are they earrings? Tell me about those. Yeah.
So those are the ulai.
Let me go overhead cam.
All right.
Oh, I can't zoom in on that. Okay.
Well, it's a little bit hard to tell, but this is the ulai rhododendron.
Okay.
It's an endemic species in Taiwan.
Okay.
And it's I made this because I heard about the story of their conservation efforts.
Okay.
What happens is that the ulai rhododendron were going extinct, but the researchers actually slowly brought it back into the community.
With science, right?
With
saving
science,
it with science. Mm-hmm. Very cool. And then, very cool. You're talking about how spicy. I already finished my horchata.
This is
it's crazy. It's crazy,
man.
right? Oh man.
If you love spiciness, this is for you.
Yeah, I definitely need another half horchata for sure. Yeah. Is there anything that we missed that you want to add before maybe we call it? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We're always down for collaborations. We love seeing other entrepreneurs do your cool things. So definitely contact us if you want to do some like collaboration event or something like that. Always super down. So I think that's what I wanted to add for the for the talk today.
Okay, awesome. And if somebody wants to find you, the Linktree description is in our description below. The Instagram's below. Just send you a message on Instagram, DM, slide into the DMs, as they would say, right?
Yes.
So thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. Thank you
Thank
you went through
you.
all the wings. You know what? The last few weeks, people were just so scared to eat the last one, and they didn't do it, and you totally crushed it. So
Well,
appreciate
you did
that.
warn
Yeah.
me. You were like, a
The
big
last one's
step
pretty
up,
rough. The
but I
last one's
didn't
rough.
know.
Yeah, the last one's rough. Thank you guys for watching. And actually, next week we will have the other Chen sister here, right? But actually, this Friday, a friend of mine is coming up from Kaohsiung. We'll have a YouTuber named Cole Fogel. He'll come up. And so we'll have, a couple more shows. So very exciting. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
See you guys next time. See you
Thank
next week.
you.
Bye-bye.